Listen, we are so back, baby. We are back with another episode of Auntie Outside the Podcast. If you know, around here, these episodes are released by whenever. What that means is it won't be weekly, it won't be daily, it won't be monthly. It's going to be whenever I turn this mic on and drop these episodes, and then whenever I drop the next one. But thank you for tuning in. Y'all know I like to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. So let's get into it. Y'all, Auntie did a thing. I did a thing, y'all. I was a speaker at an event called Power Play Jacks. And technically, it was my first speaking engagement. A lot of you know I'm active with PodFest in my second year. Yeah, this year was my second year attending, and I was technically it's called like Pitch a Coochie or something. I call it Piece of Coochie because I'm country. But I was a Pitch a Coochie speaker, and that is a style of presentation. So it's 5 minutes. You have to have 20 slides. Each slide has to be a certain amount of seconds. And it's more of a presentation, a fast-paced version of this. Auntie had an hour, y'all. I had an entire hour. And not just did I have an hour, I didn't realize I had that hour until the day before. I thought I had like 20 minutes. So that was interesting. That was definitely interesting. But prior to, if you follow me on social media, I posted on my stories that I needed a videographer. Mind you, I know a ton of videographers. But I also said, hey, I'm not going to reach out. And it's not because I don't care or respect them. It's because it's something for me. Anytime something's for me, I find it harder to ask for help. It gets pushed to the wayside. If it's for somebody else, like, hey, we got this project, we need this. I'm like, yes, I will call out, jump on it. But when things come to me, my imposter syndrome kick in, my girl, what kick in, and I put it to the bottom of my list. So I did not call in a videographer as I was supposed to, but it was still great. It was still amazing. And I'm going to take you through the whole day. So you get to hear about Auntie's first speaking engagement. So the day started off great. I had a plan because I know I had a busy day. My girl child actually had a busy day schedule as well. And my boy child had somewhere to be too. There's one of me, 3 of us. So there's a lot of planning went into the day. The plan was to take boy child to my homegirl's house because her son and my son were going to the same place. And it was on the way to where I needed to be. And then my daughter, girl child, she facilitated her own transportation, her own ride system. She did all of that. So I didn't have to worry too much about that. I just needed to, have my phone close in case they needed me. So as soon as I get to my speaking engagement, I get a phone call that boy child slammed his finger in the door. Now, in my mind, I'm like, okay, great. Put some ice on it. Wrap it up. It's fine. Whatever. Child, the boy kept calling me. So thankfully, I always get where I need to be super early. So I had plenty of time to navigate and figure this out. So my dad ended up going to get him. And I had to focus on getting myself back together, get myself ready for the event. So we get to the event. Everything's great. I met one of my Instagram friends in real life, which he was the highlight of my day. I'll tell y'all about that later. But after the first session, which was phenomenal, it was taught by Mrs. Claus, Miss Natasha Coley. Miss Natasha Coley. And it was phenomenal. Like, it was some real gems in there. So many people got such great information, and we all gonna be connected soon, so stay tuned. But after that, we went to lunch and all the things, and then like 5 minutes before lunch, she was like, hey, the screen in the room isn't working. So, I can put you in this other room, or do you want to go to the auditorium? And the thing with the other room was it was already set up for a installation. They were doing like counseling, credit counseling, and career counseling, and all the things in that room. And I'm like, well, that's kind of inconvenient to move them. And the auditorium was already having to be set up for the next thing. So I was like, I'll just do the auditorium. Was it a bigger stage? Yes. Was there a ton of empty seats? Looking back at me, yes. So it just felt massive. And I can't sit on here and say that it made me nervous, because it's not that. It just gave me a different feeling that I didn't know how to navigate. I was like, okay, this is happening. This is happening. When I was in the other room, I got to watch the other presentation. I knew where the screen was. I was like, okay, I want to sit at this table. I just had my mind prepared for one thing, and things shifted, but not in a bad way. So there was no nerves or anything. It was very different and not what I expected. But it was the most beautiful happenstance I could have dreamed of, because it spoke to my soul. It spoke to my spirit in the sense of, baby girl, you trying to prepare yourself to be in these small rooms, and I have something bigger for you. Whether you're ready or not, I know you have inside of you what I gave you, the gifts and talents that I instilled in you. And you got this. And I was like, okay, Sky Daddy, but do I really? And just as clear as day, it sounded like he was in the room with me. He said, you might not have it, but I do. And I said, yes, sir. Okay, Sky Daddy, this a you thing. Speak through me. It is what it is. So I got into the presentation, and if you know me, you know I am extremely hard on myself. I am extremely hard on myself. I don't ever think I'm good enough. I don't ever think the things I produce are good. Even when other people tell me they are, I'm like, thank you. That's my imposter syndrome. I know. Which we're going to talk about that a little bit too, because all of this is titles I'm giving myself. I'm nervous. I'm not a good speaker. I'm this, I'm that. These are titles I'm imposing on myself, and I don't have to. And I should stop doing that. But it's hard. And I know it's hard because anyways, but I think I would do a disservice to say that it did not go well, because it did. People connected. People talked to each other. I personally feel like the interactives that I brought to it were really received well. I think they enjoyed the icebreakers, because I literally started off with like, I hate icebreakers, but I have quite a few in this, so we're going to do this together. My very first icebreaker didn't even work well. Like, I don't know. And that just kind of shook me. I was like, okay, this is going to be a train wreck, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. And by the time the last activity came, or it was time to wrap up, y'all, we did this activity, and it's like a wave washed over me. Like, oh, you really can do this. So I'm working in my office space, and I went to a yard sale a couple weeks ago, and somehow with some school supplies in it, and it was a box of erasers, and it was all different types of erasers. So when I picked the box up off my shelf, my intention was to dump the erasers out and put my pens and pencils and Post-it notes in there, so I have a case to have them in. But I said, you know what? I'm just going to throw these in there. I can use them. So I came up with this activity where I had the different groups. They each had a different type of eraser, because why is there enough types of eraser for every group to have one? It's a God thing, not me. Whatever. And they had to sell it to me. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, they're just going to come up with a little cute story. Baby, they came up with jingles. They came up with dance moves. They came up with stories. But what I wanted to instill in them with this activity was, it's not about the item you're selling. It's about the brand story behind it. It's about the connection behind it. It's about telling something that somebody connects with. One of the groups basically tied in everything I said in the presentation. Like at the beginning, I had a song called Don't Stop Believing, and they tied that in. The other group with Mrs. Claus, she made it like this was her signature product for Mrs. Claus everywhere. And it was just like, oh my gosh. By each one of them joining these groups and being authentically who they are, they just made magic together in 5 minutes. We can all make magic together in 5 minutes. So if you're listening to the sound of my voice, find a random item, whatever is closer to you, pick it up and try to sell it to somebody. Whether you're looking at your phone screen, whatever the case may be, try to sell it to somebody. And what you'll see is you're authentically coming up with a story to connect with it. My water bottle is probably the closest thing to me right now. This cup is the thirst quencher of Auntie Outside. It is how I move through my day. It keeps me high. This is a story I'm telling. And somebody is like, oh, I'm thirsty too. You know, Auntie Outside, she do be outside. She does need to be hydrated. Let me get this cup. Somebody somewhere is connected to your brand story, whether you know it or not. And that's what it's all about. But if I was not authentic with, I am the number one volleyball player in the world, and this water bottle keeps me going, you're going to be like, bitch, what? Girl, leave me alone. But that is why it's so important to bring all of you to whatever you do. So I hope that was a little gem. But yeah, to wrap it up, we had a keynote panel discussion with Think Bold. That was very intriguing to hear. He did give some great advice at the end when it comes to doing this event production and all the things. It's not a lucrative business. There's a lot of hard work that goes into this, because you're not going to walk out a millionaire from a festival or conference producing it. It's for the people. So only do what your money allows you to do. Like, without having to borrow money and compromise your dreams. So for me, I do Thriftnik, the ultimate thrift picnic experience. I always like adding that in like I'm on somebody's commercial. But with me doing Thriftnik, I was not told by God to charge my vendors a vendor fee. This is something that, again, is hard work. And it's something that I want to eventually get sponsors for and take to other places and cities. But I want vendors to have a chance to test out a setup, see what works for them. All the things without the pressure of, I legit have to sell $150 worth of product just to cover my booth. And after that, I have to cover the cost of my products and everything else. It takes one layer off for them really to come in, sell, be authentic, and make it work. And hopefully take that and replicate it somewhere else when they have an opportunity to vend at a larger stage. It's just something that my heart told me to do. But there's times I wanted musicians. There's times I wanted installations and giveaways. And I thankfully was able to cover that. Instead of getting a sponsor I have to report back to and clear everything through. I'm the CEO and the CFO. Elise, we gonna pay for this DJ? Yeah, Elise, I think we need a DJ. Okay, girl, I guess we gonna get a DJ. You know, it's... I believe it's work that's going to pay off at the end. And whether it does or it doesn't, I sleep good every Thriftnik night knowing that somebody, somewhere, even if it was one person, had a great time, made a connection, and it changed their life. So to Power Play Jax, thank you so much for having me. You never forget your first. Shout out to Mariah. This was her... I don't want to say her first conference, but this is definitely the first Power Play conference. And I don't know, I don't think she believes me when I tell her this was the most positive, powerful, organized event I've ever been a part of on that side. I couldn't even ask no questions. How many times have you been ready for events like, okay, I need to figure out where I'm supposed to go, park it, what? There was no questions I could humanly ask because she literally gave us a book with everything in it. Every room we needed to report to, every time we needed to report, every just everything in there. And it was just so beautiful to see the care. I mean, even from her finding me, I don't know how she found me, but she did go on my media kit and then sent me this beautifully written email to tell me about the event. And just, it was a very positive experience. And if anybody else want me to be a speaker at their events, it's going to be a tough act to follow. But I'm sure she's available for consultation. I don't even know if she does that, but I'm instilling in her that she should, because she did that. And we are very proud of her. And this is something I will fully support for the coming years. I hope to see it back in Jacksonville again. And it was just a beautiful roundabout experience. Boy child in that damn finger almost took me up out of there, because it almost shook me. Y'all know the littlest stuff will shake you on the day where you have something to do. That's just trials and tribulations. But yes, to Power Play Jacksonville, to the attendees. Oh my gosh, I met some amazing new people. But my absolute favorite was meeting Michael with a Y. Somehow, Michael with a Y found me, or I found him. I don't know, but we needed each other. So he found out about it on my page. We yap back and forth in the stories from time to time. And he bet on himself, and he came out. And he engaged. He met new people. He had a good time. And this is him dipping his toe into being outside. So if you see me outside with my cousin Michael with a Y, you know why. Because he done got the auntie effect. But I just appreciate him coming in as him, exactly who he is, adding value to the rooms. And his smile literally lit up the place. So I look forward to seeing what he does with his businesses. It's so much I want to say about him, because again, this is my first time meeting him in real life, but like watching his social media, I am so freaking proud of him. It's a lot of y'all I be proud of, but just watching your social media and what you do and how you present yourself as your real self and what you're going through, I am proud of you. So if you're listening, Michael with a Y, Auntie proud of you, sugar. So again, for the last time, thank you, Power Play Jax. It was an amazing experience. And yeah, that wraps up my day in the life of my first real speaking engagement. And after that, I ended up going to the amazing Escaped Align Mental Health Wellness Festival. Oh, in between that, I stopped at the Underground, which is on Main Street, and I'm looking forward to doing some things with them in the future. I stopped by there to support some vendors. I got some super cute earrings. But then I went to the Escaped Align Festival, and because one event wrapped up at 4 and then kind of started at 4, I was like, I'm going to miss it all. When I tell you, Jacksonville was on some organization yesterday, okay? That event was extremely organized, powerful, impactful, and intentional. That's what it was. It was intentional. From David James setting the stage on fire, like fire. And I'm so glad I came in as soon as he was getting on the stage. To yoga, to the comedian, to the amazing Melissa Case live performing. It was a phenomenal time and such a good decompression for me personally. Again, we all walk around, nobody knows what we're going through, but I beat myself up after things. I'm like, I missaid this, I should have said this, I should have did this. And I focused so much on that it was just like a weight lifted off when I walked in that room, and just to see all the beautiful people and faces. This is what I mean by you don't have to fully know what the event is when you read it. If you see an event flyer and it resonates with something inside of you and you're like, that looks cool, I think I want to go, please go. Please go. I had no idea what the event actually was or how it would be, because I haven't been before, but this is year 4. And it was everything I think everybody in that building needed. It was absolutely beautiful. Anybody who knows me knows I love a good side quest. That's how I ended up at Adobe conference last year. These are just things that it's like, I don't fully understand what it is, but I feel a pull or tug in my spirit to go. And I'm going to go and do it scared. I'm going to also go by myself, because y'all know I talked about that in one of my sessions, that when you out here networking, y'all need to separate and meet up with your friend in the car. You can't be the full you with somebody tagging along. You have to focus on the reason you're in that room, the reason you're in that place. And again, y'all can decompress and talk in the car. But we're not going to go into that. We're not going to go into that. All in all, beautiful day, beautiful events. I absolutely love the communities that I get to see thrive and grow. And I'm truly blessed to have this microphone and amplify my voice, and this camera and this computer that I'm going to upload it to. It's just truly a blessing to me. So that's that on that. We going to get into my favorite segment, Auntie Don't Like. Let's do it. Okay, so for this segment of Auntie Don't Like, I have two things. Okay, we're going to rant a little bit, but we also going to try to find a solution. The first one is the titles we give ourselves. People have no idea, and nobody believes me, but I low-key am an introvert. When I'm outside, I am cosplaying as, in real life, cosplaying as Lizzo. Lizzo's probably one of the more confident plus-size women I see. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to just have the confidence of somebody who's better at this than I am, and we just going to see how this go. And most people think I'm an extrovert. They think I'm always outside. They think I'm always in the mix. I love that you think that, but only I know the truth. 9 times out of 11, I would rather be in my bed eating my Jenny's ice cream. That's what I would rather do. But I'm out here amongst the people because I do enjoy it. It does fill my soul. And these are tugs that I feel in my spirit that I'm supposed to be here or there or wherever. So, I mean, these are titles we give ourselves. I stopped referring to my business as a small business, even though it's not the biggest. You don't see any major corporations going around saying, hi, I'm Major Corporation Walmart. It's just, if you know, you know. I'm not going to put that label on my business, because when I put labels on things, I put parameters around it. And the businesses can grow as much as I want it to grow. The social media page can grow as big as I want it to grow. I'm not a nano or a micro influencer. I'm just me. I'm just Elise, the name that I was given. Elise, not Alice. We're not going to go into that rant, but it does bother my soul muscles when my name is in an email and then somebody purposely retypes it and spells it wrong, because why would you do that? But anyways, y'all didn't hear that part. Do not put titles on yourself. It puts parameters and boundaries around yourself, and you deserve to live a life with no boundaries and no titles, because you can be whatever you want to be when you want to be it. You are not obligated to anything or anyone. So that's that on that. The second Auntie Don't Like is people at networking events that just go to get their message across. I don't like it. You can tell. It is so clear. And if you think you're hiding it, I'm so sorry, but you're not. When someone goes into a networking event, it should be a mutual conversation. I'm not going to sit here and talk your head off about Thriftnik, Auntie Outside, and anything else. I'm going to actively ask you, oh, what do you do? What do you have going on? And guess what? When you respond, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm not just going to immediately jump back into talking about me or what I got going on. I'm going to ask you a question. Oh my gosh, you do cosplay? What's your favorite cosplay? It shows the receiver that you're actively listening, you're actively invested, and you actually care. And when you don't do that, people know, it shows, and they can tell. So how about we don't do that, because Auntie don't like it. And that is the end of the episode, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you missed me speaking at Power Play Jax, I'll be speaking again October 4th. October 4th at the Power of the Pivot event with the beautiful, the talented Miss Gina Nesbitt. Now, the best part about this event is it's immediately after a wellness event. I think her wellness event is only like an hour and a half. But there is yoga, there is stretching, there are samples and tastings and just all the things. And this one is more like a fireside chat. So I'll really be able to open up and come to you like this, but live. Because I don't know. I am going to join and invest in myself for some more public speaking classes, because I know there's ways I can improve. And I want to, because I'm passionate about this. I want to be on more stages. I want to be on more panels and all the things. But yes, next, I'm not going to say next because I don't know when you listen to this, and I'm not going to edit this, y'all. October 4th, tickets are on Eventbrite. Tickets are on my Auntie Outside page. I'll post this clip on all of my socials as well so you can see it. Also, Thriftnik. Thriftnik is the ultimate thrift picnic. It is my baby. It is my baby. And I can't come to you without being honest. I do always worry about the rain. My biggest Thriftnik was really going to be June or July. I mean, Eventbrite was booming. I had to keep increasing tickets, which is free, but still. Everybody was commenting, sharing, tagging, and it rained the second song. And I was devastated. And honestly, I have not shook back since that. It's like every month I plan, it rains. And last month, the weather was perfect, but I was out of town at Nashville. So I do get discouraged with the rain, but I know it's nothing but the devil in a scheme Todd set up. So we are planning rain or shine. If you don't see us outside, we are upstairs. And every first Wednesday of the month, that's where we'll be. I'm also working on a couple other things. I'm so excited to announce those. I guess I'm going to have to bring out another episode sooner than by whenever so I can announce those things. But this last 3 months of the year are personal. They are personal. They are pedal to the metal. We are doing the damn things. We are doing the damn things scared. We're going to do it first and make it better later. So that's what I have coming up. Thriftnik, Power of the Pivot. You will catch me at any event. Any event that Premier Events does, which include Sunday service, October 26th, R&B Jazz Festivals, November 9th. We got some events at the Katy Club, November 28th on Black Friday. Those are things you will catch me at. Friends, I was finna tell my business. Friendsgiving, that's not for y'all now. Some of y'all, not for everybody. Porch Fest, November 8th. What else? Dinner en Blanc, October 25th. Y'all heard how I tried to sound French. It didn't work, but I tried my best, y'all. Give me an A for effort. Sip and San Marco. I gotta do an edit for that. I'll do that edit today and get that out. Jacksonville ain't boring, y'all. You are. Oops. Thank y'all for tuning in. This has been another episode of Auntie Outside the Podcast. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. YouTube, Auntie Outside. Instagram, Auntie Outside. Or if you want to submit an event, reach out to me or sign up to be a guest on the podcast. You can head to www.auntieoutside.com. Until we meet again, party people, get outside and get out of other people's business.